Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for logging on to CBS News Colorado. It is time for a few more minutes with our Xfinity Monday Live guest, Nate Jackson, nice enough to join us tonight. We ended the show by talking about Tua Tagovailoa and the concussion issue. What does the NFL need to do to properly address this? Because clearly, whatever they're doing isn't necessarily working based on what we saw with Tua last week.
Yeah, it's not working, and they took steps to try to make it work by adding an independent neurological consultant person on the sideline who's not affiliated with the team. And in the past, everyone treating your body was affiliated with the team. That meant they had a stake in whether we win or lose, and they were excited on the sideline. In the heat of the moment, the fog of war, get back out there. I'm good, coach. I can do it. He says he's good. Put him back out there, right? This independent person is supposed to be calm, cool, and seeing it unaffected and being able to see what you're dealing with as a patient, not a player on a team you're supporting. And so if that person fails, they have to reevaluate that post and how that chain of command is even working. Does that person feel empowered to make that decision? Is that person actually even engaged? Is that person involved in determining whether this person can play in the next game? Or is it just about this one game pulling him out? I think there's a lot of stuff they have to revisit because it clearly failed. And it failed on a national television scale, so everybody saw it. And that's a bad stain for the NFL. It's a black eye on what they're doing.
And maybe that failure at that massive level is actually a good thing, because maybe it can be something that the NFL can use as a turning point, and I'm sure they will certainly do that and are already taking steps to address that, as well as what we've seen over the last couple of days after what we saw Thursday night with Tua Tagovailoa. Let's talk about this Broncos offense and where things stand right now. One thing that I feel like has slid under the radar has been the play of the offensive line. I don't know how you feel about it, but I think the offensive line has been subpar so far, especially that right side. And we saw that yesterday in that loss to Vegas. As much as we want to talk about their inability to stop the run on defense, I didn't think the Broncos were any good at running the football. And I don't think they've been great protecting Russell Wilson. What do you think of this offensive line so far?
Yeah, you mentioned the right side of it, the right tackle, and I think that's a touchy subject at Dove Valley because Billy Turner is Nathaniel Hackett's buddy. And there was a need at right tackle going into this offseason. And Nathaniel Hackett came in and said, we're good there. My buddy, Billy Turner's coming over. He's going to be fine. He hasn't been available. And so they've had to go to Calvin Anderson, who's played all right. But then Cam Fleming was there the other day, and Max Crosby totally ate him up. He had 4 tackles. All of them were tackles for losses. He had also 2 sacks, 2 quarterback pressures. He was wreaking havoc back there. There were penalties in the backfield. Those guys did not look cohesive. It's a new system for them. It's that wide zone blocking system, a new offensive line coach. You remember they lost Mike Munchak, who's the best O-line coach in the world, right? Who's ever existed. They moved on from him. So there's been a lot of moving pieces that have been difficult to put together. But you're right about that. It's been subpar, and they got a $245 million man behind him. They got to find a way to protect that dude. Russell Wilson, yeah, he can do it with his legs, but he'd rather sit back there and pick you apart in a clean pocket. It hasn't been that clean.
A $245 million guy who part of his gripe with his last franchise was that they didn't protect him well enough, and now I think the Broncos are almost in that same boat, at least through the first 4 games. Let's touch on the defense really quickly. Everybody was praising them, and rightfully so, after that game Sunday Night Football against San Francisco where they shut down the Niners offense. Totally different story in Vegas. Josh Jacobs runs for a career-high 144 yards. Where is this defense, and what's your panic level in terms of like 1 to 10 for what you saw on Sunday with this defense?
I'm not panicking. It's in 4 or 5. I think this defense is going to be all right. Those first 3 games, they looked really good. Only gave up 12 points per game in those first 3. Yes, the Raiders kicked their butts. It's the Raiders, and this is a rivalry. And Nathaniel Hackett was asked about it last week. He's like, nah, not really a rivalry. It's a game, you know. It's an important. They're all important. Now maybe you understand that there's something extra about these Raiders games. Why else does Josh Jacobs put up career numbers every time against the Broncos, and in every other game he just kind of hangs out, right? For the first 3 games he had like 60 yards, 50 yards, 60 yards, and then 144. There's something extra to this matchup. You have to bring something extra for it. I think this defense is going to figure it out, though. They had a bad day, but I don't see all the days being bad for them.
Talked to Draymond Jones after the game yesterday. He was like, I hate it. I hate losing to this team. I hate the organization. I hate this stadium.
Good.
I hate the
Hate the
silver and black. I love that rivalry, right? Like, because it's lost
Embrace
a little bit of its luster.
Because your fans feel it.
Yes.
So you got to me, if you're a new head coach and your players, you got to take on that hate of your fan base and hate who they hate.
especially when the guy on the other side is
Josh McDaniels. We gave him his first win as a Raider.
Come on.
It's embarrassing.
Man. The good news is Broncos have another shot at them coming up later in the season. Nate Jackson, our guest tonight. Thanks so much for stopping by. Love chatting with you. Love listening to you on the radio as well. 9 to 11 every morning, 104.3 The Fan.
That's right.
Make sure you tune in.